So we are doing the equations of circles where the center is HK. So the center is not at 0, 0. Yesterday, all of our circles had a center at the origin, 0, 0, so it made it a lot easier. The topic I want to review before we start, because we're going to be doing it today, is completing the square. This is definitely Algebra 1. You haven't seen it, maybe briefly in geometry, but not. Okay, so I'm going to give you a formula. And I'm going to say, factor this. This is a trinomial. Well, this can't be factored, just the typical way with our two parentheses. So our other options are quadratic formula, which is, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Or I could complete the square. So I'm going to practice with you completing the square. How to factor a trinomial that can't be factored. So our first job is to, let me get blue. Our first job is to move the c over to the right-hand side, because I need to focus on this portion here. Now, there is, in case you remember it, a step where we have to take whatever number b is, divide it by 2, and square it, and you add it to both sides. B divided by 2 squared. Right now I have a 2-term, quadratic, but I need to find what is that c, what is that third term? And it's found by doing, so b is 4, right? I'm gonna add, do it in blue, 4 divided by 2 squared, b divided by 2 squared, add it to both sides, put the 4 there, which you guys know is 2 squared equals 10 plus 2 squared, which is, 4. The reason I'm leaving this here in parentheses is because this number that's in parentheses is the same number that goes in my factored form. So this is a trinomial, x squared plus 4x plus 4. But this 2, the number that was in parentheses after I divided, is the number that I write for my factored parentheses. So equals 14. This is the point where we're going to stop today on our completing the square. Back in 9th grade, back your Algebra 1 teacher, you had to square root both sides, remember? But we're good, we're stopping at this point. So, put like terms together, x squared plus 4x. Leave a space because I need to divide b in half and square it. I add that to both sides, and then I come up with a trinomial that I factor. Okay, so completing the square, we're going to need that today. Keep that fresh. Okay. Let's move on and actually begin. The equation of a circle when its center is not the origin, when its center is h comma k. So, here we go. The formula has the circle, very similar to yesterday. However, an H, remember how my H is my horizontal movement? So this is going to be, remember, the opposite sign. This K tells me that I go up and down. That's why it's connected with the y. And that's also the opposite sign. My r squared is my radius squared. Very similar to yesterday, but I'm putting in an h and a k. So let's do example 5 together. Write the equation of a circle with the center 2, 4 and a radius of 3. Use the template above. Just substitute 2 for h, 4 for k, and 3 for r. Opposite sign. So this 2 is here, opposite sign. This 4 is here. And my 3 squared is what made the 9. Okay, it's done. Just remember, opposite sign. Here, example 6. Write the equation of a circle with center -5, 7 and a radius of 1. Well, it'll be x plus 5, y minus 7 equals 1. So again, number 6, you're like, yeah, okay, that's self-explanatory. I'm going to jump down and you are going to try some. Okay, I'm going to scroll down. Okay, 6 and 7. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Write the equation of a circle with center 3, -12. So this is my h and my k, right? So you're starting it like this. And then it's radius squared, r squared. Okay, this 3. What do I write in the parentheses though? Someone from Zoom, tell me.
-3.
Yep. What do I write for my k after my y? Someone else.
-12.
Okay, good. Plus. But again, new volunteers. Yes, yes. And after the equal sign is?
7.
Remember how it's r squared?
Oh yeah, sorry, 449.
Yeah. Good, good, good. Easy, right? Okay. Well, now I'm going to give you some foreign symbols. And e, remember that's 2.7. And pi. Doesn't matter though. I can still be successful. So somebody else on or in the class, you guys can do these. Someone. Plus E, opposite sign of this, H. Someone else in class. Plus pi, right? Opposite sign. And radius. There's 2 gentlemen left.
2.
Oh yeah, because what's radius squared, right? Just 2. If you need to write it on the side of your paper because you just need that reminder, do the work. All right, example 7. Find the center and radius of the circle. Here's my equation. Go ahead on your own. You never look up. Are you with me? Okay, I need you to look at me sometimes right now. My center. Okay, now it's someone on Zoom's turn. Center is what?
-2, 2.
-2, comma 2. My radius is
3.
3, and I hope no one thinks it's 81. This means r squared. Don't put 81. All right, now I am going to give you, basically, I'm not going to give you an equation that has parentheses. It's going to be kind of in standard form. And so this is where completing the square comes in. Because if you look right here, often we need to complete the square on x and y to get the equation into standard form. That process is the same as we did back in our chapter on quadratics, except now we have 2 variables. We have 2 things to complete the square on. I want to do this for you on my other screen. So in order for this video to work, I think I need to share my screen and change the, okay, 1 second. Oh, plus 24 equals 0. All right, so here we go. I'm going to keep recording, but share my screen. Oh, wait, I want this. How do I do that? How do I? No. I'm sorry. I just want to look at the camera. I don't know. I'm having a struggle. What is this called? Adjusting new skin. Yeah. Okay. Can you guys see my board, or can you see my hand right now? What can you guys see on Zoom?
Hand.
Okay, then maybe this is gonna work. I don't know, we'll see. So I'm gonna complete the square. This problem's already done for you guys, okay? Like, it's already all written out. But I don't think that you staring at typed letters and numbers is really gonna make you learn it. So here we go. I am going to put the X's together and put the Y's together. And I'm going to move the 24, okay? So let's get so put X's and the Y's together. All right, here it is. X squared minus 6x. Now leave a big space. And now the green, plus y squared plus 10y. And I'm moving the 24 over to my right, equals negative 24. Okay? So I'm going to now complete the square. This is my b. The negative 6 is my b. So I know that this is already typed on your paper, but here we go. I'm going to do negative 6 divided by 2 squared, add that to my, which is negative 3 squared, which is 9. And then my y, I'm going to complete the square on my y. Y squared plus 10y. cut 10 in half. 10 divided by 2 squared. And I also add it to the right side, which is 5 squared, which is 25. So now, this is x squared minus 6x plus negative 3 squared plus y squared plus 10y plus 5 squared. And obviously this is 25, but the 5, and obviously this is 9, but the negative 3, those are the things that go in the parentheses. So this x minus 3 squared is the factored form of x squared minus 6x plus 9. Y plus 5 squared is y squared plus 10y plus 25 factored. So once again, I'll do space. Here's my two factored forms of my trinomial. Negative 24 plus 25 plus 9. Negative 24 plus 25 is 1 plus 9. So, you know, this is on your paper, but still, you need to know how I got it. Then, find the center. It's opposite sign, positive 3, negative 5. And then this is my r squared, right? Well, if r squared is 10, r is radical 10. So this was number 8. That was already done for you. But again, I think it's important that you see it. I'm now going to go back and do the next blank one in notes. Everybody with me? So that would be here. Number 8. So we're going to do this one, you know, basically just like I did. But put the x's together, put the y's together. So x squared minus 2x, leave a space, plus y squared plus 6y, leave a space, and the 12 is already on the other side. So this is good. We need to complete the square for this beginning of the trinomial and for this beginning of the trinomial. You add b divided by 2 squared to both sides. I'll do it in blue. Negative 2 divided by 2 squared, and that actually doesn't even look good because it's fading. It's all faded. Let's see. Negative 2 divided by 2 squared, which is, isn't this negative 1 squared, which is 1, right? Then I add 6 divided by 2 squared. So let's do a little simplifying. X squared minus 2x plus this negative 1. The reason I'm putting it there is because that's what's going to be in my factored parentheses. Yes, this trinomial is x squared minus 2x plus 1. Here's the factored version of it. But this is the connection I want you to make, the negative 1, negative 1. Y squared plus 6y plus 3 squared. The 3, here's There's a trinomial, y squared plus 6y plus 9, but y plus 3 squared is the factored form. So I can draw another little arrow. Equals 12 plus 1 plus 9, 22. I stop here because I'm done. I am now able to find my center and I am able to find my radius. My center is going to be opposite sign, right? Positive 1, negative 3. My radius, this is r squared, which means to get r, I actually am doing square root of 22. Questions on this?
Miss Grant, where did you get the 22 from?
12 plus the 1 plus the 9.
Okay, thank you.
Are you finished copying? I'm going to go to number 9. Okay, this is our third completing the square problem. All right, number 9. So, find the center of the circle with the equation 3x squared plus 3y. Whoa, these 3's. Okay. Hint. Remember that we cannot complete the square with a coefficient on the squared term. We cannot have a 3 in front of the x squared, or even a 2 or a 5 or anything. So what I need to do, I look at all of these, and 3 is a GCF, it's a common term. So I'm going to divide 3, divide out the 3. It's still going to be an equivalent equation. But when I divide out 3, I get x squared plus y squared minus 4x plus 2y equals 4. So this now is great because my 1 is in front, and that's how we complete the square. So put the x's together. Put the y's together. Leave the space, and the 4 is already on the right. That's good. So look at B, cut it in half, square it, add it to both sides. B is negative 4. Negative 4 divided by 2 squared. Add it to both sides. So I'm done with my x. Now I need to do y. B is 2. Cut it in half, square it. Add it to both sides. Okay. I go slow. Inside my parentheses is this negative 2. I write it there because it's going to be this. My y squared plus 2y plus 1 squared. I write the 1 because that's going to be there. So I'm already setting up for the future, the factoring. The trinomial that I'm factoring is x squared minus 4x plus 4, and it's this x minus 2. This is the factored form of it, right? X minus 2, x minus 2. This is y squared plus 2y plus 1, which the factored form is y plus 1, y plus 1. Now let's figure out this other side of the equal sign. 4 that was originally there, plus 4 plus 1. 4 plus 4 plus 1. 9. The whole end game with this is, what's the center, what's the radius? So my center is positive 2, negative 1. My radius is, this is r squared. My radius is not 81. No. 9 is r squared. What's r? Three, yes. Okay, so that's a lot. What questions do you have about that? Last question then. It's got a little bit of graphing to it. Write the equation of the line. I'm going to draw this picture. It has a center of negative 4, 5. And its tangent, remember, tangent lines are perpendicular to the radius. Tangent line, I'm going to draw it too. Tangent lines are perpendicular to the radius. So, if I were to give this a quick sketch, doing my best to equidistant it out, kind of. There is negative 4, 5. That is the center of my circle. I don't know how big my radius is. I do know that there's this y equals negative 1 line, which is this. So, my circle, this giant circle, needs to touch the blue dotted line. So my circle is going to actually hit and be quite big, right? So my radius, center to the tangent line. You know how they form a perpendicular? Tangent line and the radius? So what I just drew is I drew some lines, and I'm able to now find out how long my radius is. How long is my radius? What do I do? No, I don't even want to do a distance formula because I don't know what this point, can't I, like, this is the end point and this is the center and it's a straight line up and down. Couldn't I count? Let's count, guys, count. How many spaces is that from the edge of the circle to the center of the circle?
6.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Center, -4, 5. Well, there's the information I need. Go ahead and write the formula now on your own. I'm given the radius is 6. I'm given the center is -4, 5. Go ahead and write out the okay. So what, Ian, you can tell me, because everyone in class has already helped. What's our formula? Yep. Y. Uh-huh. Equals R squared. Yep. Perfect. Is this what you guys got on Zoom? Good job. That's it. That's it. Okay. Excellent job. So we don't have school tomorrow.